Hey everybody, I'm Chef Tom with All Things Barbecue, and today we're smoking dry style ribs sent over to us from our friends at Omaha Steaks. Alright, I want to talk just real quick about what dry style ribs are. Now when you cook ribs dry, that means that you cook them open in the smoker the entire time. You never wrap them like we do when we do competition wet style ribs. So how does that affect the flavors? Well, when you cook wet style ribs, you have that opportunity to add in some honey and some sugar or whatever it may be when you wrap that stuff up in foil. When you're working with dry style ribs, what you have is the rub, and the rub really takes the center stage, which is great because you get to notice how those flavors develop as they sit and smoke and that crust is formed on the outside. So I'm really excited to be working with these Omaha Steaks baby back ribs. They look just beautiful. They come out of the package in a half rack. They're totally trimmed up. There's no membrane on the back. All you've got to do is season them and put them on the smoker. All right, just to get these things seasoned up, we're going to start with a little bit of our House of Q's Slow Smoke Gold mustard just to get a nice binder base on there. And we're using one of our go-to pork rubs today. That's Plowboys Barbecue's Yardbird rub. And we want to add a little extra kick today, so we're going to be using Cattleman's Grill's 8-second ride carne asada seasoning for some heat. And just so we can get that nice and fine, we're going to be using our spice mill to grind that up. And I'm going to give these about 5 minutes to let the rub set up on the meat before we flip them over and season the other side. All right, the rub's setting up real nice, so we're going to get this flipped over and season the other side. Hit this again with our House of Q's Slow Smoke Gold. All right, and let's get a layer of Yardbird on here. And of course we want to get that kick from the carne seasoning. We'll just let this rub set up for about 10 minutes before we take it out to the smoker. We're smoking our ribs today on a Yoder Smokers YS640 pellet grill. It's set to 275 degrees, and we're burning a 50-50 combination of cherry and pecan pellets. At this point, all the hard work is done, so all we've got to do is sit back and wait for the smoker to do its thing. All right, so our ribs have been on the smoker for about 5 hours now. We've been keeping an eye on them, looking every once in a while, but we're really liking where the color is, and they're getting really nice and soft, so we want to check out what's going on in here. So the first thing we notice is this really dark brown mahogany color we have going on. These look really great. And then just to test for doneness, we kind of want to give these a feel. You can see that as we start to bend them, they want to break over, which tells me they're nice and tender. So we also might check, if you look right here on this bone, how the meat, it wants to separate. That tells us that it's nice and tender. All right, let's check out the bite. Perfect. I love that dry rib texture and flavor. It's really delicious. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please click the subscribe button. And a big thank you to Omaha Steaks for the delicious baby back ribs. There's a link in the video description so you guys can pick some up too. If you've got any comments or questions, or there's anything you'd like to see me cook, let me know in the comment section down below. And for more recipes, tips, and techniques, head over to thesauce.atbbq.com. All Things Barbecue, where barbecue legends are made.